What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Friday Vape Club. As always, your host Squidly Tris back for another review for you. How has everybody's week been? It's been a hot minute since I've done a review. Today we're looking at this. This is another pod system. I know what you're thinking. Another pod system. Well, tough shit. You've just got to deal with it. This is called the Manners. It is from Vapefly. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive down. We're going to take a very, very quick look around this thing, and then we will do the pros, cons, price, if I think it is the best or the worst device ever. So stick around and watch this video. Do not forget to smash that like button for me, and do not forget to drop a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I would really appreciate that as well. So nothing else to do, but let's roll that intro. Alright, here we have a closer look at that Manners Pod Kit. A couple of quick specs on this thing. It is 128 millimeters tall, it is 21 millimeters wide, and it is 12 millimeters thick. It does have a 650 milliamp hour battery, which is just battery life for days. It is made out of a single bit of aluminium alloy, so you can be rest assured this thing is light. There is not a lot of weight to it at all. All right, let's take a look at the battery section. Pretty straightforward. Up the top here, this is where your pod goes in. You've got the connections down there. You can see the magnets and the connections. You do have an airflow slot right here, and another one on the back here as well. So those airflow slots do create a nice airflow. Now it's not a very tight airflow because you do have these two slots, but it is a very like a loose mouth to lung. Down the front here, you do have your on, off and fire button. So even though this is air activated, you can actually fire it with the use of this button. And if you click this button 5 times, you will turn the device on or off. That's it for the front. Down the bottom here, you do have a USB charging port, and this will charge within 40 minutes. That is a very quick little time. Down the back here, you've got nothing. Over this side, you do have the Manners. Let's get it around the right way. You do have Manners down the bottom here with this lovely sort of design line. Very nice. And then on this side here, you do have an LED light. So this LED light will indicate the battery level left in the 650 milliamp hour battery. If it is green, you have got more than 70. If it is blue, you've got between 70 and 30. And if it is red, it is under 30% battery, and you probably need to charge it. That's a quick look around the actual battery section. This is the pod system. Up the top here, you do have a very nice mouthpiece. Very ergonomically designed. It is just a pleasure to use. Down the back here, you do have your fill port. It is the standard side fill port. You just grip it and rip it. Exposes the fill port right there. That grommet is very easy to get in and out, and you can fit up to 2 mils capacity in this pod. And then underneath, you do have, there you go, you've got some information. So this is the M1, a 1.4 ohm coil. Got the connections right there. Pretty straightforward. There is nothing really to it. It just is a nice looking, very easy little pod. You can see the wick ports on the side. Some pretty nice wick ports, and this thing can handle a more viscous liquid. As you can see, my liquid is not super free flowing. I think it is a 60-40, so a little bit higher on that VG other than the PG. The pod can only go in one way, and when you snap it into place, there is a nice tactile vibration, so you know that the pod is installed. That's pretty much it. There is not much to this thing. It is a very nice looking little device. So let's take a look at the packaging that this comes in. Okay, and here we have the packaging for the Manners Pod. You get this lion sort of design down the front, Manners Pod right there. This is the back, so you get the list of the contents, some social media and contacts, your authenticity. And when you open it up, this is everything that you get. You get a warranty certificate or warranty card. You do have the Vapefly Manners user manual. You get the actual device itself with the 1 ohm coil on the inside, already pre-installed, ready to go. You do get the spare 1.4 ohm coil. And inside this box is a little USB charging cable. That's pretty much it. That's all you need. Pretty straightforward indeed. There we go. You can get an accessory, which is this leather pouch, sort of like a lanyard, in case you wanted to put this inside. Now, I initially thought this was a little bit wanky, but I have been using this quite a lot. I have enjoyed using it like this. It does have the charging port exposed, but it's just a nice little touch, I think. You know, most of these sort of pen style pod kits don't have any way for you to hang them around your neck, and me, I lose shit all the time. So I like this sort of thing. It just makes it very easy and very simple. It hangs around my neck. I know where it is. When I need to take a vape, it's right there, and it leaves my hands free. And I don't have to worry about this being in my pocket or my bag and getting, you know, crud in the drip tip and stuff like that. So there you go. And that's the packaging that it comes in. Very standard packaging. The Manners Pod Kit. Let's jump back up top. Let's do the pros, cons, price, and if I think this is the best or the worst device ever. All right, so there we had a quick look around the Manners Pod Kit from Vapefly. What we're going to do is we're going to take it for a vape. I've got the 1.4 ohm coil head in here, and it is on. It's powered up. It's got battery. Let's do this, shall we? All right, you can see you inhale and it produces them vapors. It's exactly what you want out of a pod system. So let's talk about the pros and cons for this thing. There's a plethora of pros going for this little thing. One is it does produce a really good flavor. So those 1 ohm coil heads and the 1.4 ohm coil heads are fantastic. You've got mesh inside. Mesh is really good for pods. It just creates the best optimal flavor that you can get. And these pods are no exception to that. They do have some imported Japanese cotton. Not just any regular cotton. We've imported Japanese cotton just for these pods. And let me tell you, that really makes these pods stand out from a flavor point of view. The second pro for this is the mouthpiece. Look at that mouthpiece. Now, it's designed really ergonomically, so you don't vape in the front of your mouth, you vape from the side. Like so. And it's just got a really nice ergonomic form factor to that mouthpiece. I have been enjoying using this. I wasn't too sure if I was going to like it or not, because I'm used to vaping sort of in the in the middle of your mouth, but having it to the side, it just reminds me of smoking a cigarette. I get that feeling, that satisfaction, that it just kind of, it scratches my itch, so to speak. So I have been enjoying that aspect of it. Another pro for this is the look and the design. I really love that. Let's just take a quick look at it for a second. Look at the way this looks. It is a very, very elegant looking little pod kit. Now, it's not expensive, but it gives this high-end kind of appeal. It's a really nice, well put together design. I really do like that. And that's kind of it. It's a well put together, air activated pod kit. Not really much more to it Let's talk about the cons, shall we? When I was using this, there really was only one con that I had, and that was it's just with the pods, and when you fill them, sometimes you do get the air bubble underneath. It does become a little bit tricky to get that air bubble out. So when you fill it up, you're not going to be able to fill it up to its full 2 ml capacity. It just takes a little bit of finagling here and there to kind of fill it up, but that's literally about it. There was nothing else wrong with this. The pods seem to last. I used both the 1 ohm and the 1.4 ohm, and I found both of them, they worked really, really well, and I didn't have any issues at all. That's kind of it really. There's nothing wrong with this thing. It's a very, very nice little pod kit. So let's talk about the price and the rating, shall we? Price. A little bit of Google foo around the internet, and I found this on sale for $20 in the US and $40 here in Australia. That is such a cheap price. I hadn't really heard of Vapefly before, and seeing how cheap this was, I wasn't expecting this to be really as good as it is. Now, we all know my rating system. Well, if you don't, I do have a rating system, and that is usually best device ever, worst device ever. There's nothing in between. I don't give it an in between. I just give it, it's either really, really good or it's really, really shit, either the best or the worst. Pretty straightforward, nothing to it. This falls into that best category. I have been enjoying this. I've been enjoying it quite a lot. I haven't used any other pod system this week when testing this out, which for me is a pretty big deal. If you know me and you've seen the channel before and you know my videos, I do like to use my Coco and other pod systems, but this has been it. This is it. This is all I've been vaping. So I have been really, really putting it through the ringer and really, really enjoying it. So that speaks volumes for how good this is. So it does fit into that best category. And that's kind of it. That's all I've got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoy it. Like always, please like, please share, please subscribe. And remember, YouTube, keep it cloudy.
A Gotta Slut production.